What is up, y'all? It's me, Daria, and we are here for week 5 of the MBC. This week we are up against Gray. Go ahead and check out his channel. He's a really nice dude, very cool people. His channel and stuff will be down below, so if you don't already subscribe, please go check out his channel. Yeah, so we're 2-2. +1, we've got up to 6th place, so we are currently in the playoff picture. Getting a win here would be really good. Obviously, we need to keep up this momentum, so that's the play. Now, Gray does have some threats on his team, so we'll just go ahead and jump right into the matchup here. So he's got a Palafin, Tornadus, Therian, Ogrepon Heartflame, a Terra Ursaluna, in Archaludon, a Terra Dragalge, a Hatterene, a Hitmonchan, Drifblim, and a Terra Electabuzz. I've actually seen him do some pretty cool stuff with that Terra Electabuzz, so I'm not going to sleep on that. I am going to prep for everything. I do think some of the biggest threats to my team, obviously Palafin's always a threat, and then Terra Ursaluna is kind of difficult to deal with. I think, you know, like maybe like a potential Trick Room Hatterene getting into the Terra Ursaluna could be really bad for me. But we have some stuff. We have some spice prep for this week. I kind of cooked this week. Not gonna lie, I kind of cooked this week. So let's just go ahead and jump right in because I'm really excited to go over my sets with y'all. And it's great because I feel like I always come up with some really good sets when I'm up against Gray. So I'm really excited about what I have built for him this time around. So our dedicated lead is going to be Apophis, our Terra Iron Hands. It is going to be Terra Ghost. Really, the Terra Ghost is mostly because we want this thing to be our Ursaluna check, and we need like a safe switch into like a Terra normal attack. I don't really want to rely on Dragapult to switch into Ursaluna, so Apophis is going to have to be that for us. It is AV, in addition to being heavily invested in physical defense, so it's just going to tank a lot of hits and get off some good damage. You know, pretty standard Iron Hand stuff. It was pretty similar role to what we had in last week, only we decided to drop Sword Stance and just add Volt Switch. That way we could potentially grab some momentum. So that's that set on Apophis. Next up is Perseverance, who is, as usual, going to be taking care of getting up hazards and spinning away hazards. Additionally, we are holding Soft Sand, and we are special Iron Treads because we are going up against a Archaludon. So I do want to be able to ignore those stamina boosts, and with Soft Sand, Earth Power is actually doing pretty good damage to stuff, and then Volt Switch will be good to like catch a potential like Iron Hand, or I'm sorry, it'll be good to catch a potential Tornadus or Drifblim, like switching in on like an Earthquake or an Earth Power, a predicted Earthquake or Earth Power. So also it gives us more momentum, which is good. So that's our second mon here. Third up, we have Panspermia, our Gloom, making their season debut. I don't know why I put the card for its set so low on the screen. Now that I'm seeing it, it's bothering me, but whatever, we're just gonna roll with it. So this thing is very physically defensive, so that it can switch into a choice band Ice Puncher Zen Headbutt. It can also eat a +1 Ice Puncher Zen Headbutt in the event that it's like a bulk up set. Giga Drain is always breaking through sub, even if it's max special invested. Sludge Bomb will allow us to hit things like Ogrepon, and believe it or not, if he's not like adamant Ogrepon, we actually eat an Ivy Cudgel and get really good damage off with Sludge Bomb. So this thing is crazy bulky with Eviolite, so as long as we can keep the Eviolite, we're in pretty good shape. Leech Seed and Strength Sap just lets this thing be annoying and stay healthy, and also support the team a little bit with some Leech Seed healing. So that's the plan for Panspermia. And next up, this Pokemon is here to set up our end game. It is going to be Overheat, Volt Switch, Reflect, and Pain Split with an Eject Pack. The idea with this is that I expect this to likely bait in like a Ursaluna or a Hatterene. If it baits in an Ursaluna, like either way, whatever switches out will give us an opportunity to reflect. If he goes into Ursaluna, we can overheat to eject pack out and get into our Iron Hands, who with a reflect up easily 1v1s the Ursaluna. Or if he goes into Hatterene, we can volt switch into a couple different things. You know, we could potentially go into like our treads. We could go into Terra Iron Hands if it has gone Terra Ghost. We can even go into frosmoth on a potential Hatterene, because Hatterene can't really do much to it. And if maybe we can bait a mystical fire, that will pop our weakness policy, because this week we are running the craziest frosmoth set you have ever seen. I will guarantee it. We are very bulky, like max HP with a lot of speed. We're timid. We don't have any investment in special attack whatsoever. We're just kind of just base special attack. But the plan with this thing is to do one of three things. I am basically hoping to bait either a mystical fire from a Hatterene, and we'll go +1. We will get our special defense boost, so we'll eat it no problem, especially if we tear into grass. And the mystical fire will pop our weakness policy. We'll go +2 special attack, and we can do some major breaking for our secondary win con. This thing can also just win. There are some scenarios where it can win if we have a reflect up, and we're in front of like an ogre pond, for example. We can actually like live certain attacks. In fact, if we are +1 speed and he tries to swap into ogre pond, we can feather dance and lower its attack. And if they try to Ivy Cudgel when they're -2, we live. Actually live in Ivy Cudgel, assuming no crit. It pops our weakness policy, and then we reverse sweep. So that's pretty cool. If we get to +3, we can just sweep this team. And we also need to make sure we have enough health to live like priority moves from like Hitmonchan or obviously the Palafin. We can even try and bait a U-turn on the Tornadus, or like a Hurricane or a Bleak Windstorm, or even like a Heat Wave. If we tear grass, like any of that would pop our weakness policy. There are a number of ways for us to pop our weakness policy against this team, especially if we get a reflect up. And with Feather Dance, we can really like mitigate the amount of damage that like an Ursaluna or an Ogerpon can do to us. So I just think this set is really good. Feather Dance with weakness policy just seems really fun, and I just, you know, I've never seen anybody run a Feather Dance Frostmoth before, so I just thought this was a little bit of an opportunity to use some tech that I've not really seen before. And then finally, we have Oumuamua as our secondary win con. This thing is just a pretty standard Dragon Dance set. It is clear body, so we can't get strength sapped by a balloon, a Drifblim. And then Dragon Darts. Really, we're just hitting things with Dragon Darts. The one thing that we can't really hit with Dragon Darts is a Hatterene. And if we're +1 with Power Herb, our Phantom Force will just kill. So that's what the idea with that is. Otherwise, we're basically just clicking Dragon Darts. There are some scenarios where we could click Acrobatics if we're in front of like Ogerpon or Hitmonchan, or like a Terra Grass or Ursaluna, but we're pretty much always just clicking Dragon Darts or Phantom Force. So, and honestly, like, I'm hoping we won't even need Dragapult. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get the sweep with our Frosmoth. Basically, the game plan is to pivot into getting up a Reflect, and then getting into Frosmoth to break, and whatever is left over, I clean up with Dragapult. So that's the game plan. Gray is a pretty creative team builder, so I'm expecting to see something fun that maybe we aren't anticipating. Like a Terra Electabuzz would be really cool, or maybe like a Terra Dragology. I didn't really get to see that much in mocks, so either of those would be pretty cool to see. Maybe even like some manual rain from somebody. I wouldn't be super shocked to see. That way the Archaludon can be a threat. Obviously, Palafin's more of a threat, and then Tornadus can be spooky in rain since it doesn't miss Hurricane anymore. So, you know, there are some things he could bring, but I think I have some pretty solid answers to pretty much whatever he wants to do here. And I will, yeah, I'll catch y'all back for the battle. Okay, we are here with the battle against Jack. So good luck, have fun, Jack. And let's see what he has brought to the table for us. Okay. So there is a Palafin, a Dragalge, which is Terra Ghost, Tornadus, Katarine, an Ursaluna, which is Terra Fairy, and an Ogerpon. There's no Archaludon, which is cool, so I don't think we should expect any type of manual range shenanigans. There could be some Trick Room afoot. Between the Hat and the Ursaluna, even the Dragalge could be Trick Room. Could be a Trick Room sweeper. So that's something we got to be ready for. Yeah, so I think it pretty much just always lead Apophis, right? That was the game plan. We'll stick to the plan. No reason not to. Okay. Game time. A little nervous, to be honest. Not super prepped for Dragalge, but he does lead with Ogerpon here. I mean, he could do any number of things here, right? He could do any number of things. He could just Ivy Cudgel or play rough for damage. I could see him even clicking Knock to get rid of an item, maybe predicting me to go Terra Ghost. He could get up spikes. He could Swords Dance or Trailblaze as well. Those are both things that he could do. I think that maybe I just want to Drain Punch here. Even if he Swords Dances, he can't kill me with a Play Rough. So I'm just going to Drain Punch for damage here. So he Leech Seeds. So this is probably going to be bulky Ogre. Let's see how much his Drain Punch does. That's looking like about 40 to 45. Yeah, so this looks like it's probably max HP Ogerpon. I think Volt Switching out is a pretty safe play. He can attack us if he wants now, or he can try to set up. He might go out into something else. He just cudgels for damage. And we eat that up. So he doesn't have, I don't think he has like any attack investment on this thing. It's just like all HP and speed. I think we go Rotom and get a Reflect up, right? That seems pretty free in front of this. He's probably gonna switch out unless he's got Rock Tomb. We'll get our Reflect up, super free. Okay, he withdraws, so we get the Reflect up for free. And he goes into Dragalge. Okay. So what's he want to do with this Dragalge? The way he went into it, I'm almost wondering, I mean, it's a pretty safe switch into this, I suppose. It could be Black Sludge. Maybe he was expecting me to try and... Well, why would I trick an Ogerpon? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I want to... Obviously, my play is the Volt Switch here, but the question is, what do I Volt Switch into? I think he might want to, like, Hydro Pump or something, which means... I probably want to go into, like, Gloom or Frosmoth. He could also click T-Spikes here, and if he does click T-Spikes, me going into Gloom now is really bad. So I think it makes more sense for me to go into Europa now. I think I Volt Switch into Europa on the event, because whether he Hydro Pumps or T-Spikes, that's fine for us. Either way is fine. So he does get up T-Spikes. Okay. So There's a part of me that just wants to just raw Ice Beam here, but I think I'm gonna Quiver Dance. I know I'm risking potential Dragon Tail, but Reflect is up, so we won't take much damage from it for one, and 2, there's like a pretty good chance that we either get swapped into Treads, which gives us good positioning, or Gloom, which just soaks up the T-Spikes. So he hazes. Okay, so it's not Dragon Tail. His form of phasing is haze. Well, I guess not phase. It's just his setup controls haze. I'm gonna Quiver Dance again, because he doesn't want to eat an Ice Beam here, right? He doesn't want to take damage on this thing. So he probably thinks that that's what I do here, since he revealed haze. So I would have to imagine he probably switches out here. Okay, he withdraws. Tornadus. Okay, goes into Tornadus on a potential Ice Beam. That's weird. Maybe it's AV. Maybe it's AV. That was a weird play to me. Either way, I'm gonna Ice Beam here, because if he U-turns, it pops my weakness policy. He could also Hurricane, Bleak Wind Storm, or Heat Wave, all of which pop my weakness policy, and we eat it no problem. So, we got our +1 speed, special defense, special attack. If he's offensive Torn also and not Scarf, he just dies. Okay, he eats, and he Bleak Wind Storms, so that's our weakness policy right there. So we are now +3 special attack, +1 speed, +1 SPDF. Our Reflect is gone, but that's okay, because we have Feather Dance. We outspeed everything now, so any physical threat that wants to come out, we can just hit with a Feather Dance. Ogerpon can't come out, because even at max HP, it dies, especially based off where it's at, if we're +3. So I don't know what he does here. If he has like AV Ursaluna, that's one option, but he's got to let something die to get into it. So I think we're in a really, really strong spot right now. Okay, who do you go into? No witches. It's the Hatterene. We 2-hit this thing. We almost 1-hit this thing. Oh, eject button. Okay, alright. So he could go into like AV Ursaluna right now, which means we get to Feather Dance. Yeah, there's the Ursaluna. Do you get Flame Orb? No Flame Orb. So I do think this thing could probably, it's likely to be AV, if I had to guess. He's gonna Terra Fairy here for sure, right? On the Ice Beam. I'm gonna Feather Dance, because if he's not Flame Orb and he doesn't have Guts activated, he can't kill me right now with anything. He can't kill me. Yep, there's the Terra. That makes sense. You don't want to die to an Ice Beam. Watch this, y'all. This is gonna be so funny. Alright. Terra Fairy boosted play rough. Does nothing. We fucking eat that. Oh my god. This tech is so fucking good. Oh my god. I just... Woo. Nice. So proud of this tech. We're gonna get so much health back. All that damage you just did, we're just taking it back, and then some. We're healthier now than we were before he attacked last turn. And he's a Citrus Berry, which I don't even mind, because now I'm just gonna get more health back from it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's just fucking Giga Drain again, get it all back. Yeah. Alright. Withdraws. Which I'm kind of surprised. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna get a little bit of health back. This isn't gonna do much though. But like this still dies to a +3 ice beam. So that's fine. An ice beam here. I don't even have to like think. I'm so far ahead right now, I feel like. Yeah, so this is dead. We might just win, honestly. I think this just wins from here. I don't see a way out for him. Go back into this. And he's not -2 anymore, and honestly, like, I don't really want to fuck around with crits. So this thing is an ice beam range, based off the damage that the Giga Drain did before. Like, based off the damage the Giga Drains are doing, this thing is for sure an ice beam range. So I think instead of risking a crit and trying to get greedy and get some health back after Feather Dancing, I'm just gonna click ice beam and just claim a kill here. Ursaluna down, massive threat. Honestly, y'all, I think we just win from here. I just can't. I can't seem to think of any way out for him in my brain right now. We've basically seen everything. I guess he could have like red card Palafin or something weird like that. Goes into this. This dies too, so we're just gonna click Ice Beam. Okay, so he's cycling that to get that up to full health, hoping that that can live a +3 Ice Beam, I guess. And then he goes into this. If it is red card, we're gonna find out right now. It is not. Citrus Berry. Okay, free Giga Drain, we're getting health back. Even if he swaps out here, we're getting health back on something. He'll for sure swap out because he needs Palafin to Jet Punch me into oblivion somehow. I think even like a crit Jet Punch, well, we know it's Citrus Berry. I think even with a crit Jet Punch we live, so I don't think we're in any danger here. He goes into this, which Giga Drain's not gonna do much, 4 times resisted, but we're gonna get a little bit of health back. Which will hopefully, yeah, that'll get us up over 50%, and we just killed this thing with Ice Beam. Okay, so here comes the Jet Punch, right? For sure. We're gonna get all that health back from Giga Drain, so that's fine. Go ahead and Jet Punch. Eat that up. Get all of our health back. Beautiful. Yeah, this is for sure. This is for sure over. Yes! Oh, I fucking love frosmoth so much. I love frosmoth so much. I am so happy that I'm getting to do some work with this thing in this league, because like, this was literally my only Gen 9 championship this season. Had Terra Frosmoth as my kill leader. Like I don't know how I don't see this in more leagues. Frosmoth just dominating leagues. It's so good. It is so good with Terra. It's insane. All right. Well, good game to Jack. Ooh, that one feels really good. I mean, my mocks were all pretty similar to that, not gonna lie, so I kind of thought that Frosmoth could do it, but it feels good to like actually like play it out and get that win. So good game, Jack. I don't think we're going to do a post video Space Facts with Daria, because I don't know what to do it about. I usually pick like the highlight Pokemon of the battle, and it was Frosmoth, and we already did Frosmoth, so I think we're just gonna call it here. So Thanks for hanging out, y'all, and I'll catch y'all back next week. Bye.